They gotta sync. What the fuck are you guys doing? Yeah! Yesterday, I want to apologize. The stream was really rough yesterday. I'm actually going to erase it and redo episode 60. It was shit. It's fucking garbage yesterday, boys and girls and people and friends. How are you guys? My name is Tyler. Welcome to the AmpSim Show. Electric Callboy in the background. I gotta be honest with you guys about Electric Callboy. When I first heard them, what was the song? What was the song again? It was, I like, yeah. What was it? Hypa Hypa. Yep, that was it. Hypa Hypa was the band with the song name that I first heard from Electric Callboy. I was not a fan at first. There's a lot of my favorite bands, though, on Earth that actually started that way, though. It's weird. There's a lot of bands that I really enjoy. Let's talk in the comments. Hi, everybody. By the way, Brain Dead, how the fuck are you, man? How the fuck are you? Hang on here, guys. I'm just going to do a mild neck adjustment. You just have to excuse me. Sorry, guys. It just has to happen. Once in a while, you got to do an adjustment. I'm doing a neck adjustment right now because it's just got to get done. And I'm trying to do it without loosening the other strings around it. You got to be careful when you do it, because sometimes you'll actually mess it up a little. And I'm definitely trying a different tuning. And of course it's gonna get sticky with me. Of course you are. Why wouldn't you get sticky with me? I hope you guys are doing great, and I say that a lot, but it's legitimate. I hope everybody is having a great day. It's a wonderful day. It's my Christmas holidays. I'm on holidays. I said I'm gonna be at you guys every single solitary day. And it's going to be like that. I'm going to be at you guys every day. We got an Arizona fruit punch. Up in here. Up in here. Up in here. How is everybody doing? We got 7 people in here at the start. That's pretty cool. We don't do huge numbers in here, so I'm excited for whoever we have, whenever we have them. Thank you for being here. Again, my name is Tyler. Tyler's. My name is Tyler. Welcome to the AmpSim Show. If this is your first time watching us, well, then you'll know you won't know what we do here. We do some different things here, and I want to answer one question we got in one of the comments sections. And but what we do here generally, it's without making it too long-winded. We like to talk to you about not just AmpSims, but everything that surrounds AmpSims here. That's what we do. Today we're going to be giving away a plugin as well. Going to be giving away this plugin, as a matter of fact. Where are we? Crap, I've got so many loaded up. First, we're going to go down the list of things I have loaded up today. We're not going to get to all of these likely. So if there's something in this list that you really want to hear, or something I don't have in the list that you really think should be there, let's talk, okay? These are some of the heaviest plugins I own, while also trying to make sure that I stray outside of, the top 3. I'm not going to call them the top 3. We'll say the top 3 best-selling plugin developers. We'll say, we're not going to say, when we say top, you have to be not even top 3 best-selling. You have to it's hard to say top these days in the industry. There's so many great companies. It's not just 2 companies ruling. To many people out there, the whole world is ruled by nothing but Neural DSP and STL Tones. And yes, both of those companies factually have fucking incredible stuff. Incredible software. Incredible software over there at both of those companies. Yeah, it's absolutely true. Absolutely 100% true. But what you have to remember is, guys, there's more than that out there. There's more than just those two companies out there making great stuff. There's newer companies. Oh, they're newer. They don't have this many customers and likes. I stop worrying about social media presence of these developers and just buy and check out some stuff, okay? And this is not one of those developers. And Brainy Audio has been around for a long time. What are we doing today, guys? Well, this list is going to reflect the heaviest plugins that I have in my collection. In my entire collection, obviously there are many, many, many more than this. I have some of the heaviest. But I want to know, let's discuss it in the comments. What is the heaviest plugin? What is your number one, your go-to for heavy tones? I want to talk about that. What is your go-to company for heavy plugins? I want to talk about that. Also want to talk, I hate talking over the music. And I want to make sure I'm not talking over tunes. That would suck. Anyways, I want to make sure I'm not yelling at you guys. Okay, so, and we'll bring this back a little bit now. Okay, perfect. Maximo Fernando. Man, that is the best name ever. Maximo Fernando. Hi from Argentina. Love your channel. Always learning something new. Yes! Yeah! Pow! You know what? Right off the top. Ooh, right off the top, we've got some absolute positivity in the works here. Thanks so much, Maximo. I'm trying to make my streaming times for a little bit for everyone. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing something a little different. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, yeah. I'm going to be streaming at a bunch of different times tomorrow and doing some fun stuff. I'm going to be here I'm going to do country. Excuse me. Pardon me. I'm going to have a country stream. And a lot of people asking why. That was one thing I want to get to before we get to this. Why is it always heavy tones? It seems like every time I'm here, it's just focusing on heavy. And that's maybe understandable. Yeah, I like a lot of heavy stuff. But it's definitely not even 30% of the type of tones, things that I do and like styles of guitar I like to play. In what we've done over the years at Honest Amp Sim Reviews and the Amp Sim universe, I've had to learn a lot about the gear needed for different genres. Why? Because I want to know how to best use a plugin. If I get a plugin and I know it's designed, its best tones are gonna come for like rockabilly or jazz or deathcore or whatever it happens to be. I want to make sure that I know a little bit about that style, the other gear that's needed to play that style in general, the type of playing. I'll sit on the couch with a little bit of YouTube and a little bit of a few tabs and things. Sometimes I'm old school. Sometimes I just like to look at tabs and fumble around. But my point here is that I like to be as versatile a player as I can be. But yes, we also have to recognize that a lot of Amp Sim users like the heavy stuff as well. Like it's getting less and less dominant as we go, because there are plugins now, as we know, it used to be cleans weren't the best with a lot of plugins, right? Well, we've obviously seen that conquered time again. So my point is, I'm going to be doing streams for all different types of guitar. If you're out there and there's a type of guitar you want me to do, let's go. Talk to me in the comments or make a comment on a video and tell me, man, it would be really cool if you did a stream for this band or like a tone talk. We do that here as well. And just warming it up today with a bit of a monologue as we like to do around here. But goddamn, we're focusing on heavy today. That's what we're here for. Now I'm going to go up and down the lineup of these are the plugins I feel are, I had to be really selective. With some of these developers, obviously there are more than just one or two heavy inclusions. But I had to just sit and really take some time and think about where I was at and which plugins I really wanted to include in this list, which developers. There are many missing. I know I'm going to get comments of people wanting some of Vadim Taranov's Vitar stuff in here, because Vitar makes some really, really good stuff, Windows only. Pardon me. Windows only, makes some really cool stuff for heavy players that is very cost effective. And you guys should check him out. Check out Vitar ASAP. Although today, not going to be using any of the Vitar stuff because I don't think I have the right stuff installed. I have to make sure I install the right stuff. Now, first and foremost, the newest inclusion, and many people talking about this being the new heaviest plugin available on the market today, and that is Tone Sweet Distant. This says, well, let's go to the screen. This is Tone Sweet Distant. This is now being called one of the heaviest plugins ever fucking made. We're gonna get back to that, of course. Tonality Josh Middleton. This thing is a banger. This thing is a banger, absolute banger. And we're gonna get to that. We have Tonality Will Putney. Aging UI on this one, no vector. Oh, come on, can we get it a vector? You gave it a new app, can we get it a bigger UI? Be great if I could even just have the big and the small mode. My eyes, they're not working so good. But it'd be great if, I mean, I don't know if that's like on their list of things to do. But I would really like to see this tonality. I could do without the Andy James getting this treatment. But I mean, for some people, that is like one of the best tonalities. And I would agree, it's amazing. But I mean, if they could take all these tonalities and give it that Lassie Lambert, Josh Mill, like, look at this for a second, guys. Let's go back and forth. Let's look at this. Okay? Let's look at that. And how good this looks. And like, you go to the triple X and like, it's just, that's the rectifier. But even still, look how good it looks. This is super good. It looks great. However, then you get to the Will Putney and you're looking like, this looks good, but it doesn't look quite as good. And it doesn't have that, it's kind of locked in the smaller position. What I'm saying here is that the older tonalities could use a little, like they did with the X series from Neural DSP. It'd be awesome if we could get that for the older tonalities. Give them a vector UI, give them a cab section. The cab section doesn't look terrible or anything. Like it's essentially the same thing that you're getting. You've still got almost the same thing, but it's just the graphics is different. That's all. Making them look more uniform is what I'm getting at. That would be cool. If not, whatever. I would maybe take the price down a little bit. I don't know. In comparison, you guys be the judge in that. I'm going to read through the comments. I really have to. Sorry, guys. Maximo. Hi, guys. Freyskin! I was saying to my wife yesterday when, holy shit, 15 people dropped in here. What's going on, folks? They're like, fuck, we've been here for like 10 minutes. This guy hasn't said a goddamn word. I'm leaving. Feel free. See you later. We talked a lot here, and it happens. Now, Freyskin, last night I just told my wife, because he dropped in, and it was like, hi, everyone, and I was like, see you later. He's like, bye, everyone. It was comical. Sorry, buddy, that you missed that. Yo, Pedro, sorry I didn't say hello sooner. Kyle Hunter, what is happening? Kyle about to get his hands on Tone Sweet Distant. Kyle, I have your code. I just have to send it over. You'll be able to plug that in and get going. Matt, how's it going? Matt Vandenham. Ooh, that's a whole mouth. Wonderful. It's a whole mouthful, isn't that? Vandenham. Do. Vandenham. Do. Vandenham. I'm just gonna get that in my head. Yeah, I'm ridiculous. Sorry, guys. I watched a country. Yeah, dude. Dude, I'm so glad that he said that. Yes. I'm hoping that everyone does what Freyskin does. And because as we were talking, like I like to become at least 10% proficient in a genre. Chicken picking, I really do try. Guys, holy shit. I get really nervous when I do country streams because I can actually chicken pick pretty well. But God, then I turn into... This hand needs to stay loose in chicken picking. I've been having some wrist issues, real shitty wrist issues, guys. Arthritis, getting old. And this hand really needs to have that fluentness, that fluidity. It needs to have that banjo roll. It needs to have that. And then if it doesn't, then all of a sudden, like mine turns into this, it's the claw. Oh, it's the claw. And then all of a sudden I get the claw and I'm trying to, going like this turns into this. And you're just like, listen to me, chicken pick. Chicken pick? Dude, that's like fucking horse picking is what that is. It sounds like literally my guitar is falling down the stairs in comparison to what you're hearing from Brad Paisley, Johnny Highland, and Brett Mason, and all of the best country pickers in the world. Now, what he's saying is, when I started learning on chicken picking, guys, it was like an alien. You're stepping off the plane in Japan. I've heard a lot of people that have gone to Japan, stepped off the plane, and just basically said, where the fuck am I? Am I on another planet? Holy shit, is this Earth? Like, I've Earthed for many years now, and this doesn't feel like Earth. Holy shit! That's what chicken picking feels like. You're like, this is a guitar, and I've played one of these before, but you're telling me to do it exactly the opposite of how I've always been doing it. So that's like, what? So yeah, guys, do it. Chicken picking. I don't do the full-on thumb pick. A lot of people do. I do have one. Why are we talking about this? I don't know. Thumb pick. Thumb picking is your thing. You can try that. I'd use the pick and the fingers, and it is just a bananas world out there. But the thing is, one of the videos that did help me a lot is the Dave Davidson hybrid picking video. And he's not country, obviously, but that gave me a little neck up, leg up. All right, going down. Keep going now. Nambrini Audio Crunk. This thing is awesome. It's free. It's our free inclusion, and we always have to make sure we have some free stuff for the folks that, let's be honest, especially this time of year, who the fuck's got a budget for plugins? Next month, you better, though. There's stuff coming, guys. There's stuff coming. I was sending an email today. I'm going to gush a little bit later on because I happen to be working on a project right now that's got me bouncing up and down and bouncing up and down and bouncing up and down. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about it, and without actually sharing too many details, but gosh, guys, got excited. I'm fanboying the fuck out right now. And I finally I can actually share. I'm going to share a few things about it. I'm fanboying the fuck out. Next, Nambrini Audio Hardball. The Hardball here is fantastic. This is based on an angle. This thing is awesome. Nambrini Audio, known a little bit more for the company's rock, hard rock, thrash. Beyond when it gets to like the actual metal plugins, Nambrini Audio is not. Igor really does things of his own. He does the amps and gear he wants. He really does, and he's not a metal guy. He's not a metal guy. Never claimed to be. Never was. He likes high gain amps, but he's not a metal guy. And he does, when it comes to certain amps, he's just chosen to kind of, wade into the metal waters a little bit slower, knowing that other companies, they really have high gain handle, but what they don't have handled is the other stuff. And if you look through the Nambrini Audio, if you look through the entire catalog and selection that they have over at Nambrini Audio, we're giving away, by the way, we're giving this plugin away right here today as well. This is the plugin we're giving away. Yeah, this is a great cover. Giving away this hardball today and the distant plugin. That's what we're doing. 11 people. Wow, we lost 4 people because I won't stop fucking talking. Great, that's cool. Come back later. It's all good. Hello, Matt. I'm just gonna make sure we're going down the list. I'm saying hello to everybody. Bo, what's going on? Brain Dead a couple of months ago. I was plugging from WaveMind, but I haven't gotten it yet. You did? Message. Okay, do me a favor. I knew there was one still outstanding. Do me a favor and email me. theamsimuniverse@gmail.com, because I'm doing licenses with Chris on some other stuff today. So let me know. But if it's the one, if it was for Tone Suite Ecoside, then let's find you something. Let's find you something else. Or was it for the Rev? Let me know. Either way, let's discuss. Send me an email. We'll get it taken care of. On the country note, just saw Chris Stapleton live a month ago. Genuinely amazing live show. I've got a fun little story about Chris Stapleton. Going down the comments. Fun little story. I had a Peter Florence pickup. I had 2 Peter Florence pickup sets at one point, but then and you could order them. They were pricey, hand wound boutique, but the wait time was a little bit, but they weren't unaffordable. You could still get a Peter Florence pickup for a reasonable price. Unfortunately, Peter passed away very suddenly. I mean, when I heard that these pickups were the key behind Brad Paisley's tone, I really had to find out. This is when I was in search of twang supremacy. I needed these pickups, so I definitely bought a set. But when Peter passed away, the price of these pickups they tripled and quadrupled and just started snowballing and just whoa! And I almost felt unworthy to have these pickups in my guitar. So I put them up as a feeler for sale. And who messaged me? But the studio guitarist that tours with, with Chris Stapleton. And I still follow him on Instagram. And he purchased them from me. And now I know in my mind that those pickups are being used I know. He said he put those pickups in his number 1. So I know in my mind that those pickups are being used somewhere to perform with or record with. Often country players use a different band for both. Or sometimes country guys will use the high-priced in the studio top gun band. And then on tour, they will, a lot of those guys don't tour. And if they do, it costs you a pretty penny. So they will hire a different band for touring, or at least a few different members of their band. Anyways, I just wanted to point that out. Anyways, that's kind of fun that you mentioned that. Ton Guitar, how are you? Phraskin, how's it going? Kyle, on the heavy note, just saw a company's made an orange Super Crush emulation, Windows only though, so I can't get it. Kyle, which company are we talking about here? An orange Super Crush emulation. Well, I could get you something close to that. You could probably just buy the Rocker Gain from Plugin Alliance, and then you go in and turn off the power. Power amp. Make it effectively solid state. When there's something solid state mod that's been modeled, yeah. It's not solid state, it just doesn't have a power section. There's not actually anything to model with a solid state power section. It just doesn't really exist. They might put like a thumper or just depth control in there or something like that, but typically something that is solid state doesn't have a power section. If I'm not superbly mistaken, the Super Crush and the Crush are kind of like the Rocker Verb, and they're like kind of like that, are they not? But with like a solid state power section. Yeah, I was looking at one of those for a little bit. We'll figure it out though. Braindad, email me like right now though, while you're thinking about it. August Rose Audio, the web seems. Hang on. August Rose Audio, the web seems legit, but the downloads have a Troiano. Okay, no, never mind that. So August Rose Audio, usually he does stuff for Windows as well. I'm wondering why. Sorry, for Mac as well. I'm wondering why it's only. Let's hold on a second, guys. Let's go all face for 1 second. I want to go look it up. Let's go. Okay. Okay, so we've got so this as far as I know, I'm not making any claims about anybody's business by any means, but as far as I know, as far as I know that there's somebody that does his coding. Is this the company? I don't see an orange. August Rose Audio catalog, built and saved. I don't see a. I do want to try this though. I very much want to try this. And like, if I'm not mistaken, if I know who is building the plugins, who possibly could be building the plugins for August Rose Audio, is a very, very talented human being. If my under the radar information is correct, this looks and sounds. Has anybody tried this? Is it good? Because I feel like I need it. I feel like I'm gonna go. I feel like I need to buy it. I'm gonna try this in the next stream, and we're gonna determine: do I need it? Do I need it? Pedro, it's strange. August Rose Audio, the web seems legit, but the download have... Okay, so... Groove Lab Effects, I think they're called. Ah! Groove Lab, yes. Groove Lab, I was supposed to try some of the Groove Lab stuff at one point. And I didn't go through with it because I got very inactive. I'm gonna get in touch. Let's go Groove Lab. Okay. Has anybody tried the Axonic amp? This is one of the ones he sent me. I'm very curious about it. Has anybody tried any of their stuff? This looks fun. Carrot Mega Smoosh. The Carrot Mega Smoosh. I mean, he's charging a good price for it. It's really strange, guys, how much it looks like mixed wave. And when I saw this stuff, I said to myself, I thought this was mixed wave. Like whoever's doing this must be doing it, because I really don't know who's doing this stuff for mixed wave. If they have a coder in house or if they hire out or whatever the story is, but this is very, very much exactly how they set their stuff up, and movable, and it looks very similar. Obviously, it's not the same company. I asked this guy, he's like, "Hey, are you?" That was one of the reasons I reached out. I remember this now. Anyways, he's got lots of cool stuff. He's got the satanic EUIs don't look bad. Has anybody tried it? Has anybody? I have the Growler by August Rose Audio. I do have that. We're losing people as we go here. I got to get playing some guitar. But thank you for bringing that up. All right, we're caught up. Hey, we're here now. Okay, we're going to go down to the bottom of the list here real quick. This is the amplification V. And this is a superb plugin based on this kind of Kuwasa's take on the 5150s. This thing is awesome. It's truthfully great. Amp blocker has some very heavy stuff involved. Although, you know what? I'm not going to use amp blocker today. I'm going to get rid of it. Here's Rhino, and I'll tell you why I'm not going to use amp blocker. I think tomorrow I'm going to do another heavy video, and we're going to go like amp hub versus amp blocker. We'll do like 2-3 hours, and we'll just do 1v1 amp blocker versus, and we'll do that. Would you guys be down for something like that? 2+ hours of me just going back and forth amp for amp. I noticed they have a JSX. So do they have a JSX? They have a XXX V2. Well, that's very interesting. We'll talk about that tomorrow. As far as I knew, those were the same amp. But anyways, moving along. The Rhino, we saw it yesterday, but as mentioned, I'm going to nuke that stream and redo it because, gosh, I was in a very tired state. The missus was leaving for her trip back home, and man, I was just out of sorts yesterday. It's not a good stream. Not a good stream at all. All right, Archetype, Gojira. You can't even say it as a joke like that anymore. Dang. Gojira X, this thing, as we all know, crushes. We're going to go after this amp right here that you're seeing with your face. This is the Nameless Suite X. You guys have seen this before. And the underrated, you know what we're going to do? Nameless Suite X gets enough coverage on here. We're nuking it. We're going for this. We're just going for the Fortin NTS Suite today, which when does this get the X? Why is this amp less loved? Why and how this amp is less loved than the Nameless Suite? I don't really understand, because this is like the Ola amp, guys. We'll get to that when we get to it. This is going to be a long boy stream. We're already at 6 o'clock. I've been on here forever and I'm just talking, so it's great. I will note in the description, skip to wherever if you want to skip some time, chit chat. All right, we're going to get started today with Tone Sweet Distant. I am tuned. I've recently put a different set of pickups in the Destroyer here. The Destroyer now has my Z set, and I've also dropped it down to A in an attempt to make A work on a standard scale, which for me has been a real bitch and a half. Hold up, guys. and making sure we're all set here. Gosh, I'm reaching underneath. All right. Okay, and I also did some string. You're gonna see me reaching down here a lot. I hate it when there's a pickup selector here on the horn of any guitar. So finally I said, screw it, it's gone. I've moved it over here. And I went with just one volume knob, and this is my Z. Another is, check out the finish on these. They look cool, carbon fiber looking kind of finish. It's terrific. And we're gonna use this guitar today, matched up nicely here. Okay, let's turn this up. Whoa! Music frequency? Okay, that's fair. We have a difference of opinion. I like that. I don't care. I don't mind that at all. I agree. I agree with like that we're all gonna have different likes. This is I have not spent the amount of time with it that maybe I would choose to. But again, we also have to remember that we're not gonna like every plugin that comes out. We're not going to. We just simply, not necessarily, doesn't mean it's bad, but if we don't like something, that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It just means it's not necessarily made for us. What makes a plugin bad is the actual quality that goes into it. And you guys can, if you've used enough amp sims, I'm going to let you guys draw your own conclusions. I can promise you that I personally know that Wavemind is not a company that cuts corners. However, there are companies like that out there that will cut corners, and you'll be able to tell in the performance of the plugin, just simply in just the way it is, the way life is. But that's, I understand, music frequency, music freak. We'll say that. Sadly, I tried it, but just something about it I really can't stand. Some high resonant peak that's clipping to lessen the sound. It would dull out the tone mastery. Okay, so is that something that when you tried it, let me ask you, to be honest, is that something when you tried it, did you hit this button here? And honestly, that to me is a very intelligent observation. And I would definitely type your email in, type that which you just said to me, and send it on over to Wavemind so that they could, you know, it gets better. You know what I mean? You will never change anything by sitting on your hands or simply saying something, you know, in a chat during a live stream, for example. You're gonna end up having to make sure you reach out to the developer and just say, hey, you know, this is the way it is, and yeah, you guys should probably fix it, or, you know, I'm just letting you know this exists. Because even if it's something they doesn't intend to fix in that particular plugin, if enough people reach out and say, hey, this is how we're feeling about this plugin, or this plugin, there's this weird thing here, and if enough people reach out and say, hey, there's this weird thing I'm hearing, there's something that just bites me the wrong way, and then eventually they're like, well, shit, you know, like 65 people have emailed me about this now. You know, this is, or in the case of a smaller developer, maybe 15, 25 different people have emailed me about this very same thing. I'm going to take more of a look into it. So, I mean, I like that, but I love that people are willing to actually take an intelligent and constructive way of critiquing. So thank you for that. I appreciate you. Did you try it with different IRs? Did you try it with your own IRs? Perfect. I got it. I like that. You're into it. 18 folks in here. Hi, my name is Tyler. Welcome. How are you? We're just checking out what are the heaviest plugins in my collection, and what are some of the plugins I feel like if you don't have, you need to. What are some of the plugins I need to try? What are the heaviest plugins according to the people in this chat? The 18 people in here, do tell me. And guys, I am gonna gush a little bit later on about this particular situation. I'm this plugin I'm working with somebody on right now, and I could not be more excited about it. And we're listening to a little Hank 3 in the background today. We were talking about country, so that works. But I think we should stick with the metal vibe today, that's for sure. All right, this is actually my favorite amp in the suite, so let's just go here. I can't test every amp in every suite tonight, so let's just go after my favorite amp in each one that we run across and go from there. And again, evidently, it's really not cooperating as much as I thought it was going to. It's really hard. This is, again, it's been really tough for me to make. Sorry, guys. It's been really tough for me to make A work on a standard scale. I don't know how a lot of bands do it. I just don't. Yeah, I'm definitely still also messing with the heights on these a little bit. Why? Because I just put them in and I've only got just a pinch of time on them. So we're going to be messing with that a little bit as we go. I'm excited because I've got a few sets of Aurora tone pickups coming my way. And I'm very excited about it because I think they're going to make a few different guitars a little bit more playable for me. And if you don't have a set of pickups, if you have like a guitar and there's a set of pickups in the guitar that you don't like, and you're like, how do I know that? How do you know when there's a set of pickups you don't like? Well, you'll figure it out by just figuring it out. And the only way you can figure it out is try. And if you want to spend less money, I would also suggest, if you have a cost-effective guitar to practice on, do that and learn how to do your own installs. You'll be able to try more pickups for a lot less money. Anyways, let's get back to it. This sounds pretty good. I really like this overkill. And I'm going to change the cabinets as well. I like that. That sounds good. And not going to go with that. I think I'm going to go... Hold the tuning. Hold the tuning. That sounds great so far. Mark Studios. I wish something would come out that was such a step up in quality. Like when the Neural Nameless came out, it was like going from VHS U8. How do I say this? Okay, how do I say this? I'm going to disagree and agree with you at the same time. There was definitely stuff at the Neural level of quality that existed pre-Neural DSP. it did exist. The level of quality and the modeling, it just simply did exist, because I believe that the person, I'm not going to get into the specifics of who codes what in this, but like for example, Scuffum S-Gear is a plugin that's existed way before Neural DSP, but I get what you're saying on the other side of it. It changed the entire industry, because they were also there. You have to remember, there was the TSE X50. That was the same level of quality as Neural DSP by many people's standards. There was stuff out there, but it definitely changed the industry completely and became this. It was really a step. It was a step up, but it was everything all put together. It was the best of everything. It wasn't necessarily the best. Like, good modeling, great modeling existed, great UIs existed, great everything already existed, but they took it and put it all together into a suite and it definitely set the entire industry on fire with Nameless Suite. 100%. I'm going to agree with you there. No, there's no question. But I'm not going to say that nobody's taken it up a notch, because I believe because they set the bar pretty fucking high. However, that being said, there are more and more companies that are reaching that level, contrary to popular belief out there, where everybody believes that the top 2 or 3 companies are simply untouchable for the common man. It's incorrect. It's fake news. Fake fucking news. I would say there are 10 companies out there, maybe arguably 7 companies, 8, maybe even 10 companies right now that are operating or close to that level of quality. It's getting real close. They are still at the top they are still up there at the top, though, for sure. And I agree with you. I think somebody needs to take it a different direction. But here's the problem, my friend, and we do have these chats, and I do like having these chats with everybody who chat has. Talking is more important in these to me. I believe that I think the industry is starting to head in the wrong direction for that to happen, though. Mark, I'm just going to call you Mark Studios. Mark, I think that the industry is there are some people, companies like Wavemind and others that are looking to hit the market and do things the right way. However, there are a lot of companies out there using like NAM technology, but using it in like an under the radar kind of way, and using other things, and just not being as transparent and saying like, this is NAM, and making actual plugins, and then saying like, oh, we can do this, and we can, it's all profile this, profile that now. And companies are saying, well, it takes that long to model things accurately. Oh, well, why would we do that when we can cut all the corners that we can and make something in half the time or a quarter of the time? And that in that amount of time, we could have made 5 or 6. And we've almost started this disposable plugin syndrome, where companies are just entering the market with plugins that come with technology they know is inferior to some of these companies. And I just don't understand. I don't really understand the move. Trying to come into the market with technology that they know to be lesser, but trying to come in at the same price point, saying, well, if it's so easy, everyone can do it. You're just jamming some profiles in the box and then we're done. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, we're going to need more new developers. I mean, arguably, Neural DSP they have constantly been raising their own game so that they're kind of taking those steps themselves. However, on the other side of things, there's a bunch of different stuff that can be said and done here. But at the end of the day, it's great that we do have a lot more companies that are coming to the table and trying to get things done. It's nice. At most of the mass market because they have most income. Yeah, you're right. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to take anything away from Neural DSP, because once upon a time, they were just a small company that had one plugin the Dark Glass Ultra. That was their first plugin, not Nameless Suite. Their first plugin was the Dark Glass Ultra, and it came out and it sat there, and I watched it sit there, and I didn't. And then all of a sudden, Nameless Suite, that plugin came out well before Nameless Suite. There's a problem with what? Hold on. Yes, you're right. Marketing is very tough for a lot. It's tough to keep up with a company like Neural DSP with marketing because they're hitting you with YouTube videos that are very persistent. And that's money, 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 money. And what happens with that though? What happens is when you have to do that much marketing, your plugins have to go up in price. When you're working with this artist or that artist, and you're making investments and you're trying to upscale your environment, your plugin cost goes up and up and up and up and up. And these other companies are coming along without doing any of that. And they're trying to charge this much money without doing any of that, what Neural DSP and these other companies are doing. Now, if you're talking about a company like Kuwasa, it's fun to say, Kuwasa, that company does zero marketing, and that way they can afford to charge this much for their plugins. So you don't necessarily need to do all the marketing in the world. I feel like if you have really good tech, people will find you. People will find your stuff, and it starts with people like us and Resington and a number of other people out there, like YouTubers and content creators that are going to be, showing you the other companies as well, not just these companies. But guys, what you're not seeing here as well, guys, is in the budget, there's also, I don't know if it's part of the advertising, marketing, etc. budget, but when you see like, your popular influencer, like a Taylor Danley or, Ola doesn't really do the paid demos as much as anymore, but we're talking about the other guys that are doing the paid demos, those demos that for that particular Neural DSP plugin, that costs $500 to $1,200 a pop. I know because it used to be one of my jobs is hiring those people. So typically for someone like, I'm not going to go out and like dox what people are charging. I'm not saying Taylor Danley is charging this much and that much. I'm saying when you get to that level of guys, when you see the guys that are out there that are like that are just they do your plugin walkthroughs and your popular guys, those guys know what they're worth and they know their reach and they charge X amount of dollars for a demo. That's got to come from somewhere. That comes from, and let's hear it, your marketing and your advertising budget, right? So that again raises the plugin in price. Even making a 3D cabinet loader, raise it again. That shit costs money and resources and time to put together. It's not easy at all, and it's almost for naught at times. So and people wonder, why are these plugins so expensive, bro? I'm a broke student. I need things to be cheap. And now you're wondering why every plugin is $130, $150, $160. That's why. And then we haven't even begun to talk about the split that goes to the artist or the analog company. In case of Neural DSP, that's pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, that's all they've done is licensed and signature. So those cost a percentage. You're also operating with 30% or 20% or 10% or up to 50%. I don't know that I've seen one go beyond 50-50, but usually the artist will take anywhere from, I've seen it go from 10% to 50. So depending on what artist, not every artist is the same. So you're also talking about a percentage there. So that is why someone's like, well, why is this plugin $30 more than that one? Well, because that artist wanted an extra 15% and a signing bonus and everything else. So here we are. This is why your plugins cost money. And for when you're getting access to, at times up to 20,000, I think, we went to the NTS suite and we figured this was around $20,000 worth of gear, or between 15 and 20 with the microphones, the cabinets, and the head and the pedals and everything involved. And you're going to complain about $139. Then I'm sorry, you're just too entitled. All right, we're going back to it. I am going to switch guitars. I thought I would give this a shot. I gave it a really good go yesterday, but I think it's irresponsible of me to use a guitar for this particular stream that doesn't really involve a set of pickups that I'm super comfortable with, and I don't want to sit here and tweak it too much. I also don't want to misrep the gear. So give me less than 2 minutes here. I'm just going to switch this up, folks. Hello, everybody. Just wanting to make sure I'm like being professional about the situation. And you know, like I sat with the guitar up for about 20 minutes yesterday, but I can just tell something was just not firing at all cylinders. And I just don't think A is going to work. I think if I want to do A, I'm going to have to get a 27.5 rather. And for that new guitar, finally it's moving! Yeah! The Harley Benton baritone that I ordered forever ago, due to the postal strike here, it got stuck. And now it's on its way. I couldn't be more excited about it. All right, now we're cooking with fire here. All right, now I'm feeling way better. How's it going, everybody, by the way? My name is Tyler. Welcome to the Amp Sim Show. We're going to be here for a while tonight. The missus, as I've mentioned, the missus is on a little vacation to see her family down in the southern part of Ontario. I live in Ontario, Canada. I live near the largest freshwater lake in the entire world, in Lake Superior. That's where I live. And guys... she's going to a warmer section, although it's actually warmed up quite a bit here. So what I'm getting at here is that I like to do a lot of streaming when she's away. When she's here, we like to hang out a lot. And we do a lot of hanging out. So yeah, we like to hang out a lot. But then when she's not here, plus on my break, I've got nothing going on except for this. I've got this, and I've got some other stuff I've got going on, but no work for the next couple of weeks. So, gosh, I'm happy to be here with you guys. HB Amarok. Hold on a second. Shout out to Resington. Dude's mixes are fantastic. Yep, he's a fun guy. I like Resington. I'll tell you why I like Resington. I don't like miming, and I know I shit on miming a lot. It's not for me. I don't mean that other people do it. He has fun when he mimes. He mimes to his tunes, and I think it's fantastic. It's super fun when he does it. I can't do it. I don't feel comfortable, but he feels comfortable doing it. What I love about Resington is, hold on, guys. I gotta make sure I'm up here. Hang on. What I really love about Resington is that he puts his skills to use for freeware, for the little guy. He doesn't do paid positives bullshit, meaning that if someone offered him X amount of, hold on. Perfect. Meaning if someone offered him X amount of dollars, he's not going to do that. He's not doing that just because they offered him money. And I like that. He's got character. He's got pride in his work. I love it. And he goes to bat for the small companies as well. And you know what? For the small companies, the marketing is kind of like people like myself, Resington, and many others that. And we're small right now. I can't even compare our stuff to him because he's getting 10K views on his videos minimum usually. We're getting nothing yet, but that's coming along. We haven't really tried to grow here. We just honestly small word of mouth. Tell your friends. If you know one or two friends that love what we do, tell them to come by. Invite them by. Come hang out. Tell them to come hang out in the chat. The HB Amarok. Yep, that's true. They also have to pay the sales tax. Yep. Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay, Freyskin said it right there really well. Amp Suites, I'm going to read this because not everybody sees these as they're watching. Watching it back later. Amp Suites have become like cable TV deals for me. I want one or two things from them, and I have to pay for the 20 things I don't care about. Yep, you're not wrong there. You're not wrong. And you're not wrong. That's the thing, is finding that's like an album too, though. An album these days, I mean, as long as 70% of the album is really good. You're right though. Like this particular suite, I have not used it a ton, but I haven't really used this amp a lot. Now, as far as I know, just to explain it real quick, this is based on, I think, a Line 6 big bottom of some sort. This is like a Line 6 something or other. I don't know exactly. This is 5150, of course, and this is based on a heavily modified orange. That's the beautiful thing about plugins, is you can do whatever you want. You can put whatever preamp and whatever power amp you want together and marry them and merge them and see what happens. See what it sounds like. In the real world, if you tried that, there's a lot of things that are going to blow up. You need to really know what you're doing. And that's where a lot of amps, like honestly, a lot of amps, real life amps are born though. It's like, what would it happen if we had a Marshall 800 preamp and this power amp instead? We went with 6 L6s instead of the L34s. And if you don't, by the way, if you don't know, disclaimer, if you don't know your tube types, gosh, you're not going to know your tube types. All right, so we've pissed around a little bit with this. I like it. What do you guys think about it? Obviously, there's been a couple people that have really liked it, and a couple people have said it's just not for me. And let's be honest, with graphics like this, yeah, of course, it's not going to be for everyone. Not everyone's going to like this plugin. Not everyone has to like every plugin. You know what I mean? Making plugins that everyone likes is something that maybe like IK Multimedia does. But most companies are going to focus on what they want to do. What in the industry hasn't really been done? You know, I haven't seen a lot of suites like this with the extreme graphics and, you know, nails and stuff coming through faces. I like that. I like that they took some risks with that. Like, that's fucking awesome. And it makes it unique, and I'm going to remember it. It's not going to be one of those plugins that just goes like, I use it, that's pretty cool, and then it's in the stream, and it's gone. See you later. Oh, I hardly knew it. You know, it's like there's so many plugins that come out And as soon as they hit that for sale, like, you know, release to officially release the plugin, it's almost like they just take it and it jumps into a really fast moving stream. It's a small stick and it just goes, whoa. But the intention was to make it to the other side. And it just went down, away she goes. And you got to make sure that, and some of the developers out there know they're doing that. They are trying to part you from your money. And they know that these are a disposable amp sim. Will get you excited with some fancy graphics off the hop and a little bit of the, you know, a few Facebook ads, something like that. And, you know, a little bit of content, make it look really cool. And then they know, though, even though they know deep down, this is not going to be something that's designed to really last and be there. Like, for example, our next plugin, Bye Tone Sweet Distant. We're going to go next to Fortin NTS Suite because this is one of my favorite plugins ever. And this thing is awesome. I don't know why it hasn't gotten its X version yet. I would love it if it did. That'd be really cool. We're going to try it out right now. It's probably going to be really loud. No, it's not. Fantastic. I like that they have the hex drive wired into default instead of the grind like Nameless Suite. Bah. Bah. All right, now we're gonna bring this back a little bit. Bring the fizz down a little. Yeah, it's sounding pretty good so far. Wavemind Rev F is the best out there. It's getting a big update. It's getting a big update. Yeah, buddy. Count on that. It's getting a big update. It's getting a big update and getting a big update. And that's the one cool thing about, well, I'm not going to say newer, but new-ish. Oh, that's the reason it was fucking up on me. Okay, perfect. I'm not going to say new, but I mean, yeah, Wavemind's a newer company, but as they get better with other things and they make some of these realizations, we've all seen it a bunch of times when a new company starts, they start out strong, but then they figure something out and make it even better, and they got to go all the way back to the start and like update with all the new cool stuff to make sure these all sound much better. And then they get started again, and then they figure something else out that's amazing. Oh my God. And all the way back and unless you hire two software teams, in which case this bunch over here can do the doing, and then this bunch can just focus on pumping out the main bunch of the work. And that's another thing about the large companies versus the small companies. Most small companies that you're looking at are one-person operations. One, maybe two. One person handling, social media and, customer service, and the other person handling the coding and everything else. Typically, that's how it works. However, in the case of brand new companies, and even some fairly established companies, to be honest, like I know Audiority, for example, I believe is just Lucas still. That's a pretty substantial sized company, and it's just one person. It's and he's also doing stuff for two companies. So this is how busy some of these people are. When you're really good at coding these things, often, again, we've said it, they're doing double or triple duty, whether it's under the table, not under the table, but under the radar on contract. And they're not being named. It's just being rebranded. It's branded something else. They're doing the work for contract. We've all seen this, right? So in this case, I would love it if the people would get to the Fortin Fortin NTS Suite. Now, have you ever heard anything about this amp? If you know this amp, if you've heard about it, this is essentially the Randall Satan. The Randall Satan is a stripped down and import version of the NTS, which is actually the Nodus. So they call it the NTS in here, but it's actually the Nodus was the amp. And I don't even think they still make this amp. I don't think they do. If I could be mistaken, do they still even make this amp? Can someone let me know on that one? And maybe they do, maybe they don't. But we're going to do it like this. And we're going to bring the level back. I don't, yeah. Blasphemy. What's blasphemy? Frothy Caracaricabus. Not well, okay. Hold on a second. Hold up. Frothy. I think the 5150 is tailored after the iconic. Hold on. I missed a bunch of stuff here. Music Freak. Are you talking about the one in the Distance Suite? Because I don't believe so. I missed something here. Gosh, you guys are moving fast today. Holy shit. Holy shit. See, I need a bigger window. I just need it. This is what I'm getting on Boxing Day. There's always the good deals on Boxing Day. I'm going to get it. Okay, so the evil pumpkin replaced the Natus. Okay. See, again, these are things that I don't always know. Doing my best, though, to keep up. Happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas. I've been trying to not ignore Christmas by any means this year. I've just been trying to do it way lower key, which is pretty fucking hard when you work in a school. When you work in a school, everyone around you is in constant Christmas mode at all times. Okay? Now, let's keep going here. Fuck yeah, it is. Ooh. Now, the girth and grind, I've always found operate in unison. So I find if this one goes here, this one offsets it in the opposite direction. I find if you're really trying to max on both of those, it's just muddying things up. For me, what I really like to do with these is just find that edge where I like it, where it goes from I like it to I don't like it anymore. Right about there, actually. Let's try that instead. So they won't offset. Yeah, see? It's just too... I'm going to keep that back. Yeah, I really do find that the girth, the 6 earth, the 6 earth knob here is just better when you keep it below noon. And this is one of those unsung heroes, though, this plug. I really do feel like this one is due. It just never gets talked about. You never see anybody mention it. You never, I honestly don't see anyone saying, when is NTS getting its X version? No one's really talking about. Why is that? It's not as if this is not a good plugin. It's a great plugin. Savage plugin. So we're going to get, okay, you guys understand, this is also pretty crushing. We're going to move down our list. I'll give it a few more chugs. I'm not very good at guitar. Merry Christmas. All right. Oh, I'm slouching like a piece of shit. Guys, I told you, if you see me slouching, yell at me. Tell me, fuck this guy. Get good posture. I'm already old enough. I don't need to further disintegrate my body. So yeah, it's obvious that this one is still crushing. It still does the job. Let's give it a little bit more. Let's give it a little more beef. Yeah! Oh my goodness. I like it a little bit more scooped. You're like, oh man, every time I say I like the more of I like anything scooped. You see the boomer. Oh, he's a boomer. He's a boomer. Only boomers like scooped. Ah, it's not true. Fuck, I wish I was of boomer age, man. I'd be retired with like 3 houses and 2 kids. Oh, nice. Oh no. It's one of those riffs, if I fucking mess one note up in there, it's gonna be like, I might as well take this thing and just be like, fuck you! And just throw it right out the window because I will have offended someone. There's just some riffs, like single note Slayer riffs and shit, and Hypocrisy, or any single note metal riffs where it's... Not want to stay in tune. New strings be flexing. I'm back to using D'Addarios. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about being back on the D'Addario train. I can't sit where I live. But it makes more sense for me to shop local. And I like shopping local. I get to see people. Plus, the kid at the local guitar store now watches what we do here. All right. I'm also going to do a little test. We're going to do a little fun thing here. I have what I call my Average Ass Jackson. Average Ass Jackson has no pickups in it currently. Would you guys like to see? It's going to get a white set of pickups because white on the pink is going to look fantastic. So it's going to get a white set of pickups. What do you guys think? What's going in it? I kind of want to go DiMarzio Deactivator, but I don't know. I also kind of want to go Seymour Duncan JB, but I don't know. I also kind of want to save it for a really pretty set. If you guys go check out right now, and this is not necessarily going to be a sponsor thing all the time, but if you guys head over to Aurora Tone Pickups, not Aurora DSP, but Aurora Tone Pickups, check them out right now. Check out some of the finishes. One struck me, and I'm wondering if I can get a white humbucker with obnoxious pink sparkles to match the guitar. I just ordered a Colossus. It's going to be here, I don't know, probably in the next week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I'm excited. Really stoked about that. But yeah, anyways, check out Aurora Tone Pickups. Frothy Carapace? Frothy Carap. Frothy Carapace. Is that what I'm at? Is it Frothy Carapace? If it's not, I'm calling you that anyways. That's where we're at this point in our relationship. Rafta Pafta 2009's Loss of CHONK. You know what? We're not as much about CHONK around here as we are about MAWMP. I'm starting something new. MAWMP. 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 Some people call those gonk, 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 gonk. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Chonka, chonk can do tis well. But, well, I welcome your music lingity. Fuck, I have a lot of fun. It's so weird that every once in a while this song comes up and I listen to this rockabilly band that you can totally tell recorded with like a really V kit. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound good. I feel like metal bands can pull that off. It's tough for a punk rock band to pull that off though. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday. Is it Monday? Monday. Yeah, Monday. Hope you guys are having a great Monday. One plugin that is, in my opinion, not mentioned as much as it deserves is Soft 2 Angle Savage. And I would love to be able to showcase that for you right now. But unfortunately, something weird happened with my license for that. I was actually intending on bringing that out. But not actually that. It was, I was going to bring out, have you tried the Vildsint? Vildsint. Vildsint. It's in Amp Room as well. I am going to be doing something as soon as I get my license. All of my license stuff works except for the angle. It's really strange. Get off me. I hate that when you get a hair inside your glasses and it gets into like your peripherals and starts like poking at you like, hey, how's it going? Watch him. It's going to bug him. Just anyways. I love soft tube stuff and I really wanted to be able to showcase the Vildsint, but something has happened to my license with a couple of things in just soft tubes amp room. So I'm waiting for that to get fixed. And I just noticed it not that long ago. So we'll see. Yeah. Well, I've given Neural DSP enough. Well, no, not enough. The Kali. I do like the Kali. We're going to get rid of NTS Suite. See you later, NTS Suite. We'll see how much time we have today. Pedro. Is it going to go? You going to go? Gonna go? You going to go? You going to go already? Go. Just go then. Go. Go. Yeah, we're getting it through it today. I'm going to check out Crunk. It's Crunkety Crunk. This one is something that I helped out with, actually. I gave a little bit of a helping hand with this one. And for me, one of my favorite things to do with this is it's not that it's bad. I hit this button right here. And I engage my own impulse response. Oh, for some reason it got really quiet. So, you know what, maybe I'll just work with whatever's going on internally here for now. All right. So this has already got the edge switch on, and if you're going to use the edge switch with a boost, you got to be careful. Careful with that. I'm going to use the Dead Horse, and we'll see what's up here. It could just get real ugly really quick. Just there's too much in the mids. I mean, if I was to go like, there's so many mids, so much in the mids, the mid range here. Like, watch, I can crank this all the way up. I've got the edge up as well. It's like, and so yeah, if you're an extended range and an 8-string guy, that might be appealing to you. It's not super appealing to me, but it might be for you. And I'm not just making. This channel is not designed in my own personal taste, so. I feel like that needs a little bit more low end as well. There's also 2 different modes here. That adds more, even more in the mid range. I'm gonna bring back this. Yeah, this chonky chonk. Yeah, so this thing is free. It's not exactly what you call feature rich, but it's also not exactly what you would call tough to dial in. This is very easy to dial in and very effective, by the way. It's super easy to dial in. My favorite tone is to take a little bit of that, take a little bit of the mids away in this area here and leave the mids involved in both the mode and the edge. Right there, right about there is where I would park my car. Bum 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 ba, da, 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 da. I need some more low ends here. I feel like I've gone up a little bit too far on the low ends. But you're like, oh, well, that's like a $25 tube screamer you just turned on. It's not free tone. Fine, then. This is free. I went for one of those, like, no, I couldn't do it. Couldn't get it. All right, what do we got? I used the VTAR amps version. I knew it would come up. Yeah, I knew it. I'm glad that it came up. I'm gonna give VTAR his own stream. We're gonna do a VTAR stream for sure. Maybe we do it tomorrow. Maybe I sit tonight and actually consciously install and make sure everything is all good to go. And then, because every time I go, like, I'm going to use some VTAR, I forget that I didn't install the right stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna communicate with him as well. It's been a long time. I'm very familiar with Vadim's work because he did some work for us. We did some work together way back in the day. When I first got started down this road, I actually knew him very well, and I'm happy to say I love where he's at. He's doing his own thing still, doing his own thing, his own way, and a lot of people really like what he does, and that's fantastic. So I'm gonna have to do a VTAR stream in the coming days. You can guarantee it. I can guarantee you I will do an all freeware, all VTAR stream, and we'll see what we can do with that. He deserves it. The Fort and Cali is my absolute favorite amp sim, to be honest. Man, that's big. That's big. That's big. When it gets, I tell you what, when it gets the Cali X, I promise you, I will give it a very much full stream. Yeah. Yeah. Man, I'm having a great day. I am stoked. I'm just stoked about the holiday season because I don't have to be at work. Today was the first day I didn't have to be at work. Oh, gosh. You guys know, anybody that works a 9 to 5, or in my case, an 8 to 4, 8 to 5, whatever. Anybody who works a job like that knows that feeling on Sunday where you're like kind of enjoying your Sunday and you're like, man, it's fucking nice to be, oh, it's Sunday. Fuck, I feel work. Work tomorrow. You have that little, like, something goes through your body, that little comes through your body and reminds you tomorrow's work time. Hey, buddy, just letting you know. Hey, it's work. I miss you. I just let you know, thinking about you, and you get that. I got that yesterday a bunch of times. Excuse me. I got that yesterday a bunch of times. This morning, my holidays started, and I just went, nah. I slept in. I never sleep in. Man, it was great. Anyhow, the missus is gone. My better half is gone. Also gone for the better part of, she's gone for a week. That sucks. That sucks for me because when you spend all your time, most of your time with one person, and we spend a lot of our time together, it kind of sucks when they go away, right? Yeah, so you can get that tone for free. This is just an old Ignite Amps pre-STL Tones Ignite Amps Benevolent Tyrant Screamer. And this is what I think is still the first thing that comes up when you crack open Amp Hub. Very exciting. So you guys understand, this is probably one of the heavier free amp sims you're going to find out there. Although there's people out there that constantly doing new things, but this is factually one of the best and heaviest freeware amps you're gonna get. Just to show you just how heavy it can get, I will fire that up. Oh, don't want to do that. That would be awfully make it real angry. Yeah, buddy. The Fort and Cali, okay. Oh, kink in my neck there. Lots of chonk. Sorry, I went back one. Never tried the. Yeah, guys, the Brainworks Angles stuff is all super, and it was all coded and all produced. It was developed by Igor Nambrini prior or pre Nambrini Audio. And so that stuff is as good as it comes, guys, as far as like the tech behind it. The IR window is a real pile of shit, though. I hate it. Anyways, we're moving past this. Let's talk about it in the comments. One that I haven't heard, I haven't seen it mentioned yet, but I'm also kind of scrolling through as best I can. One I haven't seen mentioned is the Auto Audio 1111, aka the Black Amp, aka the whatever you want to call it. That thing is a monster. I went to right before I thought I had it installed and it was going to go in the list, but I guess I don't have it installed. So I guess I have to go and get it installed again so we can do something with that thing, because that thing, if you haven't checked out the 1111 amp from Auto Audio, this thing is a beast. An absolute beast. This thing is superb. It's crushing. I'm waiting for that company to do something a bit different. I'd love to see it. Because I'm waiting for another amp sim. Maybe like a rock version of what they had done with the 1111, where they just make it so it can be, that thing can be a million different amps too. It kind of sucks I didn't get to it today. All right. So we're also going to get to Rhino here. Rhino here is fantastic. And this thing is it's an awesome plugin, guys. If you haven't checked it out, please do get to it. I'm going to check this out right now. Now, okay, I know that's a drastic change from what we were just using, but man, that's really one of those DeJunty guitar tones where it's all mids. This is another crushing amp sim. Yeah, sure, it's got a bit of a tender side if you want to go all the way back. But the majority of the gear in this plugin is designed to annihilate. And it's got a lot involved here. You've got all your mods. You've got your timed effects, your delays, and your verbs. It's just laid out a bit different than you would normally lay out like your average suite, as we've talked about many times. In the next 2 weeks, we're going to be giving out a everything bundle, an everything bundle. It could happen in any episode of the Amp Sim show. We're giving out an everything bundle from Aurora DSP. You get it all. Every friggin' thing. Every friggin' thing. I'm just going to say it. Every fucking thing that they have, you're going to get it. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to be able to offer that. And guys, this is truthfully one of my favorite amp sims for heavy tones out there. It's fun to just riff on as well. Woo! Why did that make me jump? Oh my gosh. In my headphones, that just literally just made me jump. I don't know why that made me jump. I wasn't expecting it. You're never expecting a pop in your headphones. That is super, super, super modern. Was the riff again? That's it. Damn it! That's not it! Man, I did something really, really awesome. I felt so good about. I gave a gift that made me feel so great. A lot of my family has been becoming about it's gift cards, because in my family, I'll be honest, I just don't know who has what. I don't know who's going to appreciate what anymore. You know, it's just like with the wife, it's different, obviously. But here's the thing. You guys remember last week or a couple weeks ago where I bought some of these Kirk Hammett guitar picks? And I don't leave the house with guitar picks, so I don't really lose them. They sit in a case and I use them, and then they go back in the case and they live there. And if I buy a pack of them, and I wanted to buy a pack because fucking whatever. So I got a pack of them. And I had some left over, obviously, because I'm not going to use fucking 6 or however many of them, 5 of them. I'm going to use 2, maybe, right? So I'm thinking about this kid that just where I work. This kid absolutely just loves talking music with me because he's in that exciting phase of metal where he's finding all the new bands. And he's like, Jesus, holy shit, I found this band. Oh, Mr. C, I found this band. Mr. C, I found that band. Oh, and I'm just watching the excitement in his face. And I occasionally, you're just like, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. And he's like, I'm playing guitar now and I'm learning this song. I'm learning that song. Easy beginner metal songs. I love those days. I wish I could go back. I wish I could go back. Anyhow, I was able to give him 2 of those and said, here you go, buddy. It's just kind of a surprise. I put them on his desk. And he looked and he was like in disbelief and he flipped them. I was like, flip it over, buddy. You know whose signature that is? He's just like, oh my God, this is the craziest thing. He appreciated those 2 picks more than anybody I could ever meet. So I was super glad that I got to do that. Man, it's made me feel good. I wish I could stay in tune longer than a minute. Yeah. Ha! That's man, I'm such a great singer. Yeah, man. Man, listening to Demu in their prime. Oh! They're coming out with a new album. Is it just going to be the Shagrath project, though? Because it seems like he just keeps, like, it's just going to be him. Is Celanos still in the band? I don't even know. Is he still there? I don't know. Yeah, buddy. Wow, 18 people been here the whole time, man. It's been great. Thanks so much for chiming in. I'm just trying to keep up here, guys. Thanks so much, Kyle Hunter. Thank you so much for man, just being engaged today. Thanks for everybody for being really engaged today. I appreciate all you guys. Like I said, I've always said about Gent, though, guys, it's not the guitar tones I have a problem with. It's the problem I have is not having a bass that plays in an octave lower than the guitar. That's the problem that I have. I really have a problem. If, like, there are Gent bands that play in A and they do use that lower octave. There are Gent bands, like, they do exist. But I'm just predominantly when you're using the ERGs and the big, especially if you're using the 8 strings, there's really no way to have a bass that's going to keep up. You can try. I mean, your low string's going to be like this fucking thick. I don't see it working out. I don't really, it takes the heaviness away from me. I would just love to hear all of the heaviest Gent. I would love to hear it tuned to A. Everyone's hating this right now. Tuned to A, and then have a bass that's playing like in that lower register. I feel like it would make it even heavier. Like one band, I finally remembered their name. Yes, as Sanctification. If you listen to Sanctification, members of Aeon and other, those guys play in A. And I think you could go as far as like going maybe A flat. But it's A flat. Even that, I don't know. You might. What's the lowest you guys have ever seen pulled off where the bass player played in like actually played in the lower register? Massimo Fernando. Maximo, see you later, buddy. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Yeah, the rotten pool verb is right here. Bingo. It always just lives here. For when I want I usually don't use a lot of onboard post-effect sections for suites. I usually just have my own always parked right here. I have the analog rack delay, which is free from Nembrini Audio. That's always parked in my chain. The bucket 500 from Fuse Audio Labs, always parked in the chain. Rotten Pool Verb, always parked in the chain. And always active, but mostly just for my ears, is the verb here, is the M Convolution EZ. And I just honestly have like a small studio room verb, and it's only in 6% wet. And so it's just for me because I really hate listening to drive a car in the headphones. It drives me bananas. Okay, let's get off this. You guys saw this yesterday as well. Now there's no doubt that Rhino can be heavy, but it also has a tender side. It does rock, it does cleans as well, and it has grown. Yesterday when I installed the the newest version, I found a new amp. It's fantastic. So if you have not recently updated your Rhino, you might be up for a new amp. Now I'm gonna have to take this off the stand. By the way, if you guys are curious as to like what are we looking for? Oh fuck! I hate doing it this way. It drives me crazy. I have to look down all day. It drives me nuts. Oh, that's not so bad. Oh, I can do it like that. It's not so bad. Say this thing is awesome. There's lots going on inside. Oh, what happened here? What did I do? I've got it laying in a certain way. Galder left. You know what? Honestly, with Jazz 3s, it just got... I was Jazz 3 all day, but it was like the first stiffer pick that was available for me way back. Now I'm going to be show you the pick I've been using today is called the V-Pick Snake, and it looks like this. It's thick, real thick. And if you guys want to check out V-Picks, they don't sponsor the channel at all, although I should get them to. Just get a few free picks, but it doesn't really work out for me because it's like their picks are affordable and their picks last for fucking ever. So there's no real need for that. I just prefer to show them off every once in a while. But man, V-Picks are awesome. Of all the picks I've ever purchased, the material is just awesome and they just live forever. And I've got a bunch of different models and they're all really, really interesting. I really got away from the Jazz 3s when my hands started to just thrive off of having a bigger pick. But I still need that complete stiff, no movement kind of pick. And just ended up with being the really big stuff. I actually like the Hammett Jazz 3s better than I like the other ones, if that makes any sense. Okay, we're gonna move along. Are we back? Are we back? Can everybody hear me? Sorry guys, once in a while we get a crash here, but I've learned how to deal with it pretty quick. So I'm not gonna even try. Should I even try using that? Let's try it again, I guess. Yeah, we're fine. It's weird. I went through it earlier. Did not like that. It did that hated that a lot. Oh wow. That was very angry with me. That was very angry with me, and that's okay. It's allowed to be angry with me. I'm also going to get rid of amp locker that was in the pre-saved chain. Okay. Okay, now we're back. Are we back? All right, good. That's okay, guys. We get a crash once in a while. That's what software does. All right, I'm going to go to... I'm actually going to go with the Will Putney via... Whoa, it's so small. Anyways, we're going to get to this. Now, the coolest thing about this plugin is that they have the power tube type. They have it in there. So you can either use two different types of 5150 here. You can use would presumably be the 6534, the 6505, or an amp that doesn't actually exist, as far as I know, as that a 5150 with a KT88 tube style. And I'm all into that. I'm interested in what you're selling me on that, folks. I'm interested. So this is what you're working with for the cab section. It's a bit different. It sounds very good, though. Nothing wrong with the way it sounds. Everything sounds great. We're going to mess with this a little bit. Will Putney really knows what he's doing when it comes to guitar tones. And if I'm not looking at the UI, because, I mean, it's not like it's the worst UI ever. It's just a little small from when you're using everything else that kind of drags to your preferred size. My preferred size is a little bit bigger because my eyes are a little bit shittier than most, just to be honest. I messed that up. I messed it up. I messed it up. What's the focus? This was also, to my recollection, the only tonality that involved that dual signal chain, the mixer mode. I didn't use the mixer mode all that much, but man, there's a lot, and there's so many presets in here. Albums and albums of presets, banks and banks. There's 6 banks of presets on here. Putney guitar tones, Putney bass tones, although there's not a lot going on for bass in here, I'm going to be honest with you. It's okay. Album guitar tones, album bass tones, additional bass tones, STL tones. Yes, that's funny that they put it that way. Swollen Pickle's just a fuzz pedal, though, is it not? You're right, that would be cool for it to have in here, but I mean, let's be honest, there's so many fuzz pedals out there. You could kind of do what he's doing, though I don't know that there's a Swollen Pickle. I know that I would really like a Green Rhino, which is also a way huge effect. Maybe we'll see someone that attempts something like that at some point. Maybe, just maybe. Yeah, this thing's crushing as well. Let's go to amp 6. I yelled. Oh, I'm sorry, I yelled. Ah! I just killed everyone's ears. Oh my gosh. It didn't like me very much. Still didn't like me. That what's happening? Sorry, everybody. That happens from time to time as well. Right. Where's the... That's what I'm looking for. The master. Master to 3. Sorry, everybody. Very solid. Very, very solid. Bo, what are you doing sending the group? You're sending the group chat stuff I can't read while I'm on stream. Just kidding. So I want to hear from you guys, obviously, in the chat. What is your preferred? What's the heaviest plugin of all time? Old school, new school, meaning not for old school or new school styles. I mean something that came out a long time ago, something that's new. Is it a go-to for you? I want to know about it. Also, in your opinion, what is an amp? What is the heaviest amp on the planet that is yet to be done in a plugin version that you know about? Maybe if you bring it up in the chat, I will somebody might let you know that, hey, actually that does in fact exist in this plugin or that, and you might be really happy about it. You never know. So do jump in the chat and let us know. I am really interested. Do let me know. We're gonna kill that. And I'm going to turn on the internal. This is a purple. There's this a darkest nightmare or a purple nightmare. What is this amp? What is the amp sim involved with here? Sweet. I don't know a lot about these amps, but I get the feeling in 2025 we are going to know a lot more about these amps. The Driftwood Purple Nightmare is going to factually have a licensed suite. I don't know who's building it. I just get this feeling, and I also have heard some conversations. I know it. I know it's going to be this year that we're going to get a licensed Purple Nightmare. I know that there's one in the Lusty Lomert suite already that exists. Yes, I know that, and yes, it's very good. I just wonder if that is something that is going to continue to another scenario. I don't know. I would love to see a plugin that's all just like I would love to see the Darkest Nightmare. I'd love to see the Purple Nightmare. Hi, buddy. How are you? What's up? It's almost food time, so he's letting me know it's getting warm. He's not bugging me too much. He came over to give me a look. Let me know, hey, just letting you know, we're close. Right, buddy? Yeah, you came over to let me know. We're close. Mom. Now we're at it. Can bring that back now. Okay, perfect. And this just popped up. This is something they just randomly added to their plugin because like Will Putney and presumably STL Tones are like, you know, it'd be cool, but what'd be cool? Just adding an amp for just no apparent reason to an older plugin. I like that. I like that. I love it when plugin developers do something for older plugins just to make them just give them more relevance. Make sure they stay relevant, and or at least in the mind. Whether it's just like releasing new skins. Gosh, you would think that just being able to hit a button and change the look of a plugin wouldn't be that big a deal for us. But us AmpSim users, it's fun. It's fun when you get like the ability to change the look of it to a different. Tell me in the comments. You guys tell me. Is that not fun? When you guys can see, like, in very seldom are there situations like that, but is it fun for you guys when you got to, change the look of the Nameless suite for the first time? You know what I'm saying? That was really fun. Oh, look at the blacked out version. Oh, that's just, it's awesome. I think it's great to hear, or rather great to see. And I like when even if it's something as small as skins or a pedal or something else, I like it when companies go back and improve things. So this is one of those tonalities that I think everybody needs to grab because it's got so much quality involved. We have Amp 1, which is, I believe, a 6505 or a 5150. There's a Bogner. You get a not just a one channel version, but you get a full on, I believe this is a triple crown, if I'm not mistaken. Triple crown, yeah, yes. I agree. Maybe this is a triple crown. I'm not sure. I think it is. This VH, I think this is just taken 2 channels from a VH4, although I know a VH2 does exist. It does exist. This is kind of channels 3 and 4 from a VH4. Also superb. You get the bass amp, and then of course you get this, I believe it's the one of the Nightmare amps there. Gorilla Amps? I've never heard of this company. I don't believe. Marshall MG, nobody. Line 6 Spider MK1. You know what? Say what you want about Line 6 Spider, but what I really want is the Line 6 Insane plugin. Just give me the Line 6 Insane amp in a plugin with a small assortment of cabs. Oh, that's all I want. I know we're getting nitpicky right down to the nitty picky gritty by saying I want a Line 6 Insane, or I would love it if Line 6 would finally just say, okay, Pod Farm, we're going to put it to sleep and we're going to port all the Pod Farm, or at least add an upgrade where if you own both, Pod Farm now shows up in Helix native. That would be fucking cool, wouldn't it? Yes, that would be awesome. Marshall MG. How's it going, Messerecto? We're going to be on for a bit longer tonight. I've got nothing going on, guys, and I be honest with you, I'm going to be on tomorrow, Christmas Day. I'm going to be on a bunch. Although Christmas Day is going to be after my football game. I can't wait to watch my Steelers probably lose. If they beat the Chiefs on Christmas Day, I'm going to do my very best to be as jolly as I can be. I've got a Steelers themed guitar that you guys have seen my yellow and black guitar. I'm excited. I'll be playing it that day on stream. Gorilla Amps. I don't know that I've heard of Gorilla Amps. The world needs a Yngwie suite. Where you Yngwie himself will never do. Unless Neural DSP, hey, you know what? Neural DSP is about the only company I think that could make it happen, because he would require a signing bonus that was like huge and massive, probably. And I don't think he likes modelers, but I saw a video. I'm just saying, I saw a video of him using one modeler once. I don't know that he would. He likes money, though. He likes money. And at this point, we're getting beyond that. The artist doesn't like plugins. Well, does the artist like money? Doesn't have to like plugins. It's just giving people an opportunity to use with the closest possible sound to that artist at home without going out and needing to buy a wall of fucking Marshalls. You know what I mean? So yeah, I could see Neural DSP just being like, all right, let's get her done, you know? But that'd be them, or maybe STL Tones would have the reach to get that. I don't see anybody else really having the reach there. Maybe IK Multimedia, but let's be honest, if Yngwie Malmsteen came out with a plugin and it was just an IK Multimedia Amplitude 5 expansion, I would just be like, no! Oh, no! Why? Why, Yngwie? Why? Because they backed that IK Multimedia, backed up that dump truck full of money and showed him the cash. Show me the money! And they would show him the money, and then we would get a plug-in that probably wouldn't be very good. Not to say, I mean, Amplitude's gotten better. Come on, I don't need the Amplitubers coming after me again. Back in the day, they used to come after me all the time. I used to get hate messages, hate emails when we used to do Honest Amp Sim reviews, just talking shit on the earlier versions of Amplitude and talking shit on Positive Grid. Didn't like those bad reviews, and I heard about it. In fact, there are people that just stopped following us altogether just because we didn't like positive grid stuff. And you're just like, man, we don't like it. We don't like it because it's bad. However, IK Multimedia got their shit together. Now Amplitube is awesome. Way better now. So I guess it wouldn't be the end of the entire world if Yngwie did something through IK Multimedia. Judging by some chats I've had with a few different artists, they're about to make some more metallic moves. I've heard some things. I've seen some things. I've had a couple of conversations that lead me to believe that Amplitube is going to get some more modern metal injected in there. If that's the case, that would be really cool, because I think now the modeling is at a point with that where it could probably handle that. There are some actually good heavy tones in Amplitube now. We'll do something with Amplitube as well. I got to start writing all this down. I really want to do something with Amplitube and come on here and be like, does it still rip? I don't know, man. I don't think it's still going to rip. No, there's a Sovtech. There's a Sovtech, what's the amp called again? God damn it. MIG? Yeah, there's a Sovtech MIG in Amp Hub. Amp Hub did one, and it sounds awesome. It sounds really cool. There's not enough fuzz in that suite to really make as much use of the Sovtech as I would really like, but the fuzz pedal they do have in there is pretty awesome. I can see Archetype Vi happening. Steve Vai is... Look, can I just say this? All those guys, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, all the guys from the 80s, all those guys will put their name on as much gear as possible because that is their reason for being. In the 80s were different. If you were savage monster at guitar, it was way, 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 way fewer shredders than there is right now. So if you had exceptional guitar ability like that, and you had taught a bunch of different random, people, and you have that, everybody wanted to give you things to sell. And then they would parade you out there selling those, shredding and selling their stuff. Those dudes prior to social media were like social media for guitar companies. Those are the guys that were out there showcasing the best of the best of the best. Now you can just go on Instagram and throw a search in any direction. You see like fucking 1,400 dudes that are just fucking, and it just like, so much of that now. But in the 80s, it was way different. So I could totally see Steve Vai doing it because, yeah, he is a guy that lives off of signature products, always has, because that, you think about it, Steve Vai's album sales after, let's say post-grunge Steve Vai album sales, Yngwie Malmsteen album sales, Joe Satriani album sales, all the Shrapnel guys album sales, all the old shredders that used to make the specific shred albums, those things have changed. Okay, those guys didn't necessarily live off of their record sales and aren't going to continue. Those royalties these days probably are not going to be as plentiful. So those guys are living off of signature products. And so, yeah, if anything that comes at any of those guys, any of those shredders should just say yes to not every piece of shit, but let's be honest, don't approach a legend or a fucking guitar god icon legend or, a really sick, influential shredder with a pile of shit. So those guys, it's not even going to make it to them. It's going to go through probably a couple layers of insulation before it gets to Steve Vai and even, and he gets to check it out. Just because it's like, why are we wasting my time, guys? Can I get people to try things before I even get to that one waste of my time? So I can feel it. Yeah, man, his Carvin amps are cool, though. That's one thing that doesn't really exist, eh? Carvin amps? That doesn't really exist. A boost is super lead, Marshall cab, delay to taste, Yngwie in a nutshell. And a lot of people, when they use a plugin that is heavily that is a signature version, a signature plugin for a player whose tone is very much in the hands, as they say, you find that it's a very interesting situation. Unless you have the shreddies, you're not going to be using the Yngwie Malmsteen plugin for the same purposes as anybody else. However, that being said, it doesn't matter if you're an Yngwie fan or not, you're going to get some good fucking Marshalls. You're going to get some good Marshall sounds, 100%. So even if you're a dad rock dude or a guy that likes, if you're, whether it's AC/DC that you like or any Marshall, any old Marshall-y type sound, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm fucking happy with that. Send it at me. That sounds great. Give it to me. I would love some Marshalls. I can't shred for shit, but I love I love a good Marshall plugins. Throw it at me. Come on, let's go. So anyways, this is Tonality Will Putney. And this is the Amp Sim Show, guys. We are just sitting here around chatting and having a good time today. And I'm having a good time with you. We're not going to be doing too much more today. Going to be on here for a bit longer. Mark Studios. Mark Studios is going to win the plugin today. And you are going to win a plugin from Wavemind. Please do get at me at the Amp Sim Universe. The Amp Sim Universe at gmail.com. I should start putting that in our descriptions just in case people need to get in touch with us. Or put it in our channel, the thing up top there. So yeah. Congratulations, Mark Studios. You've won yourself a plugin. You're going to win a plugin from Wavemind. Whether, depending on whichever is more your preferred go-to, whether you prefer the Rev or whether you prefer Distant, either one will get you hooked up. So just make sure you email me. Although I got to make sure everybody understands prize delivery will be a little bit delayed. It is the holidays, so prize delivery will be a little slower than you might think. Give us a week or so. In some cases, I am very, very, very forgetful. So do remind me. If it's been longer than a week, please do remind me. I'm sorry. In advance. I'm sorry. I've had a great time today, though, guys. I've, so far, so good. Softtech. Just going through here. Yeah, they be printing money with Tonex. Garbage, cardboard money. I don't like Tonex, and I'll say it to the end of the earth. You know what's better than Tonex? NAMM Universal. NAMM, this right here smashes, in my personal opinion, this smashes Tonex. And so does Genome. You know what? Even just NAMM by itself with some good IRs is better than Tonex. I found that I have tried thousands of profiles in Tonex, and I have not liked any of them. There's nothing I've tried that doesn't have this really cardboardy, plasticky feeling. I just don't like it. I have tried, and it is not for a lack of trying. I see everybody around me saying it's fun, it's good, it's this and that, and I go and try it, and I don't get that same experience. I'm wondering why. What's wrong with me? With NAMM Universal, Genome, and everything else, you can use 2 or 3 different things and be like, wow. If you can use 2 or 3 really good profiles, and you can really be happy. But with Tonex, I've yet to find anything that even sort of felt warm and, and felt like a real amp at all. No whoomp, no chonk, no nothing. I find it all just sounds cardboardy and plasticky. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's the operator error. We will find out. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely, Freyskin. I love that chatter. Guys. You're right. It must be close. The amplitude 6, it would be, or is it on 6 right now? What's it on right now? 5 or 6? I can't recall. Top of my head. 5 or 6 right now. Whatever it is, the new version, you're right, is probably close. They are giving stuff away, stocking people up. But remember, the way they made this one, it all carries over. It's a great song. Oh gosh, did I ever get a good idea? I wish I had a fucking pen when I need it in my stream to write something down. Hey, yeah, I got a fucking pen right here. Okay, so we got to write some stuff down here. We got to write down amplitude. We got to write down... Oh, that was the best thing I've ever written down today. Okay. What else were we going to do? We also said we are going to do amp hub versus amp locker. Hub versus locker. Okay. And we're talking about doing a twang stream. And that's going to be tomorrow, guys. I just restrung both of my Telecasters. Be coming at you tomorrow for early in the morning. It's going to be early. My time. Early Eastern Standard Time. About 10 a.m. Excuse me. About 10 a.m. And it's going to be a gooder. We will be giving away the Fuse Audio Labs Everything Bundle. And if you don't want it, don't take it. It's one of those prizes that if you win it, please be sure that it's something you want, because gosh, somebody is going to be so happy. If it's not something you feel you would use, I would definitely replace it with another stupendous prize. But it's one of those prizes where we're like, wow, that's awesome. But it's going to have to go to somebody that would really wants to put some time towards making their mixes sound better. Their audio, their creative / production / processing software is fantastic stuff. And it will make your mixes sound warmer, better, and it give it more life, warmth, better feel. I promise you, some of the best stuff you will ever use. But I really want to make sure that it goes to somebody that really is going to use it. Okay, as you would hope with every prize. So tomorrow morning, guys, 10 a.m. And today's winner, Mark Studio. Very excited for you. I'm just making sure I'm getting... Wow, you guys are on fire today. I really need a screen. This has put like just the worst magnifying glass on my lack of comment monitoring ability. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here today. That being said, we did a lot of talking today, but we also went through some really sick heavy plugins. We did not get to them all. But anything we didn't get to today, you guys know that everything in the list today is going to get 100% used in another stream at another point in time, and we're going to make sure that you guys are there for it. If there's anything at any point, by the way, this is something I want to tell you guys honestly, when we're trying to grow this year, we have a lot of content ideas, but if there's a plugin that you feel really needs, if it's an old plugin that you feel has a lot of worth, email us. theamsimuniverse@gmail.com. Email us if you think that. Okay, if there's a band you'd like to see us tone hunt, not tone hunt the actual website, they're down in the bottom here. But if there's actually, whoops, my bad. If there is, oh hi, are you here again? Are you hungry? Now I'm getting the mead mug. Now he's hungry. Yeah. I've got about 15 minutes to live before I won't be able to stream for you guys again. Right? Yeah. All right. So, if there's an artist you guys would like us to kind of go over, or a genre you guys would like to see me do stream on, I'm up for it. Just email me or comment on something and let us know what you'd like to see. But emailing is best. Email me and say, hey, would love to see a stream based on this, this, and this. Love to see a stream on this developer. I would love to see a review on this plugin. Let us help you to enjoy this more, if that is what it is. Again, this is something we intend to go through lots of different genres and have a lot of fun here. But anyways, man, it's been a blast here today. It's going to be a blast every single day until January 4th. And guys, I cannot friggin' wait. 5. Okay. Yeah, you're right. the THU rig player is pretty good. We've also talked about this theory before. We'll talk about it more. If you guys want to use TH4, let me write that down. Maybe we can get that involved. I like TH4 and I have it installed along with a whole bunch of the expansions. So THU. Okay. Requests taken. THU is going to be coming at you during the holidays here. And I'm going to do some full streams on full suites in the next couple of days as well. We're going to go after Amp Hub. We're going to go after Amplitude. We're going to go after, THU. Those are, in my opinion, the 3 best right now that you're going to get to. As well as Line 6 Helix Native. Helix Native is probably the king of all those. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's fantastic. But we'll get to that in another episode. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for being part. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed our content. Comment. Have some fun in the comments. Debate with us. That's fine too. But don't be a dick, okay? I'm not going to be a dick in the comments. If you're a dick, I'm just going to delete it. We're done with it. Because no one's got time for that these days. Got enough negativity out there. Don't need more negativity in here. Thank you so much for your time. Cheers.